Are they after me? No. Okay. Hey guys, Mr. BG here. I just robbed a store without the one ring this time. I know, very bad mistake, and I am very afraid that they are after me. So I just kind of ran here. Wait a minute, they know I live here. Oh no, they're gonna find me here. Oh no, I gotta find a better place to hide. Give me a second. Okay, I think I'm safe. Yeah, I'm safe. Oh, and look, we ended up in front of the Outsider's house. So, just for that, let's review The Outsiders. Welcome back to BG's Books. I'm Mr. BG, and today I am filming on location today from The Outsiders house in Tulsa. And so obviously that means we are going to be reviewing The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton. So, of course, you guys are aware The Outsiders takes place in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And as a Tulsa County native myself, I decided what better place to film The Outsiders review than the actual Outsiders house itself. So anyway, of course, The Outsiders is a 1967 novel written by S.E. Hinton. It is kind of her breakthrough novel, and it goes through themes of being different in a world that is very different and stuff, and that maybe people are not truly that different after all and stuff. Anyway, The Outsiders is just a great book, but to further explain everything that I love about the book, let's get right into the summary. So, The Outsiders begin with this boy named Ponyboy Curtis. So, he's walking home from a movie theater home one day, and then he gets jumped by these five guys named Socias. Now, the Socias are basically these rich kids from the west side of town, and then Ponyboy is part of this squad called the Greasers, which are poor kids from the east side of town. And so basically, he's about to get jumped by the Socias, but his friends, the Greasers, come in at the last second and save him. And so the other Greasers in this group are Ponyboy himself, his older brother Soda Pop, his oldest brother Derry, this guy named Steve, this guy named Two-Bit, this guy named Dally, and this guy named Johnny. And so basically, those are his friends and stuff. He lives with Derry and Soda Pop now that his parents are gone. And so what he does is that they just kind of, live life together. They do their research stuff. And then one day, Dally takes Ponyboy and Johnny to the movies, where Dally starts hitting on these two women named Marcia and Sherry, who goes by Cherry. But Dally is kind of, a bit of a jerk. So they send him off, and then Two-Bit comes in. And then so Two-Bit kind of does some stuff. And then, anyway, after the movie theater stuff, it goes pretty well. Ponyboy and Johnny decide to go to the nearest park and sleep for a little bit. But when Ponyboy returns home, Derry is like, "Where have you been? I was worried sick about you." So, him and Ponyboy kind of tussle a little bit, and then Ponyboy's just like, "All right, that's it. I'm running away." So he goes and finds Johnny, and then they just hitch it to the park, where they get attacked by the Socias again. There's a car over there, by the way, in case you hear some noise. Anyway, and so the Socias basically are about to kill Ponyboy by drowning him in the fountain, but then Johnny pulls out a switchblade and just kills one of the guys. And so now that they're in trouble because Johnny murdered someone, they go and find Dally at this guy's house. He gives them a gun, some money, and gives them directions to this old church over in Windricksville, which is a fictional town in Oklahoma. And so they train hop and they make it there. And then they stay there for the next 5 days. And meanwhile, Johnny tells Ponyboy about this poem by Robert Frost, which has the terms "stay gold." And that will be important later. So anyway, they spend the next 5 days there. And then Dally comes over there and tells them, hey, basically, the Socias and the Greasers are going to get in a big fight. And so, yeah. But Johnny feels really bad about killing that guy. So, he wants to turn himself into the police and say that it's self-defense, for conscience reasons. But before they do that, Dally takes Ponyboy and Johnny over to a Dairy Queen. But when they return, the church they were in has been on fire because Johnny and Pony have had cigarettes on them. And so anyway, they managed to save all the kids and stuff because there were kids at the church that went in there for some reason. They managed to save all the kids from the fire, but, Johnny kind of goes down when the roof collapses, and so he goes to the hospital. So after that, it's time for the big reunion at the hospital. Derry and Pony make up. Soda's so glad to see Pony again. And then they have, a big fight between the Socias and the Greasers. The Greasers win. And then after that, Pony and Dally go to the hospital where Johnny tells Ponyboy, he's like, come closer, stay gold, Ponyboy. And then he dies. And Dally just can't deal with it at all. So he runs off and then he goes to and then he decides to rob a convenience store, stuff like that. So now after that, stuff is kind of winding down, but Dally is of course in trouble for robbing the store. So the Greasers are going to go get him, but he is followed by the police and he is shot down right in front of them. So unfortunately he passes. Anyway, so some more time passes and then Soda basically he runs out of the house and stuff and basically convinces Derry and Pony to stop going at each other's throats because they're all they have together anymore and stuff. And so at the very end, Pony gets out of legal trouble. The court case went fine but he's not doing good at school. So his teacher basically tells him, you can write a theme to boost your grade a little bit. And so what he does is he goes home and he writes the book that we just read called The Outsiders. And that is how The Outsiders ends. So overall, what do I think about The Outsiders? Well, I loved it, to say the least. Not just because that it takes place in Tulsa and I'm a Tulsa County native, but also just because its themes of isolation and class divides in youth are just so universally, relevant still today. It's like the class divide thing is very real. There's the high class, the middle class, and low class. That's, of course, a whole thing. But really, at the heart of this book, it's really about how people aren't so different after all, and how maybe we should just all start being nice to each other and treat each other with respect, because we may seem like outsiders, but we are all just human at the same time. And so what's the point of fighting if all of us are really just the same outside of money and how much money one has and stuff? So really, I thought that theme was just very good. It's especially prevalent today, even more so with with all the rich kids bragging about how much money they have and stuff. And well, that's not the point of The Outsiders. I think that it's overall just a very good book. S.E. Hinton is a great writer. She wrote a very great book. I think this was her debut novel as well. And so, yeah, overall, The Outsiders is just an incredible piece of fiction. I highly recommend that everyone should read it. And, so please, everyone, go read The Outsiders. My description of it does not do it justice. Just go read it. And, that is my time for being at The Outsiders house. So let's go home. All right. So now I'm back home, but I think that the police are no longer looking for me. But anyway, guys, I do hope you enjoyed my review for The Outsiders at The Outsiders house. I know that is pretty insane, to say the least, that I just so happen to be in the area where The Outsiders basically exists. So yeah, I just thought that was kind of fun. I would love to do that for more books in the future, filming on location, but there's just not a lot of places that I'm near that stuff has happened. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that regardless. In the comments, let me know what you like about The Outsiders. Have you read it? Have you not read it? Have you seen the movie? Have you not seen the movie? Just all your basic comment stuff. I love reading your guys' comments. But anyway, that is the end of the video. I've been Mr. BG. This has been BG's Books. And remember to stay gold, Ponyboy.
Hey, there he is.
Oh no, they found me.